Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Today, I've got such a cool concept for you guys. Something that you've probably played, but we're going to take this a step further. So, what we're going to do, most drummers have heard this pattern right here. And most of you have probably played that pattern. But I'm going to show you a way to take this thing to the next level. So, if you look at the pattern, you got kick, kick, right, left, kick, kick, right, left. So basically foot, foot, hand, hand. Right. So a lot of guys leave it there. They just, they don't think of ways to take that further. Right. So we're going to do this shifting kick thing. Another drummer to check out that really takes this concept to another level is Mr. JP Bouvet. Crazy stuff. Okay. So what it is, you got your first pattern. Kick, kick, hand, hand, kick, kick, hand, hand. That's in 16th notes. So counting 16th notes for this exercise is absolutely vital. You have to. So you know exactly where these kicks are shifting. Okay, so the first one, if you count it, 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E, kick, kick, hand, hand. So that's going to be 16 note count the whole way. 1E and a, 2E and a. What we're going to do then, so that pattern you've got down, all we're going to do is we're going to take those two kicks, right? And each one is going to shift up a 16th note. This is where it gets so cool. So if you got 1E, that's your first kicks, and those are your hands. If I shift the two kicks up, the kicks now fall on the E and the and. So now you got da do do da da do do da da do do da da do do da. So good. Let's take a listen to that one. To the first pattern, do do da da do do da da. Two kicks shifted up, da do do da da do do da. Have a listen to that pattern. Listen how cool it begins to sound. Okay, so that one is happening. Now what you're going to do again is you take the E and the and, those are the two first shift kicks, and you're going to shift them up again. So what's going to happen then is the kicks are going to fall on the and the Da, 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 da. 1E and a, 2E and a. Pretty cool. So now the pattern changes completely by just shifting the two kicks up. So let's have a look at that one. That is the third pattern. And remember to count your 16 notes. Super important. Have a listen to this one. All right. So now we've got one more. We're going to shift those two kicks up one more time. So now they're going to, this one is a little weird because now it's going to feel very off because now if you've got the and the pattern 3, now you shift them up once again. The kicks are going to fall on the and then on the quarter note. Does that make sense? So the and becomes the of pattern 3. The of pattern 3 shifts up 1. So after goes back to the quarter note. Very cool. Check that one out. Okay, so now you've got 4 patterns by just shifting those kicks up. The beauty of this whole exercise, and this is where I want you to get creative. Now, things start getting super insane. You don't want to leave this there. So you've played all the different variations, but now what you want to try and do, so you've got your 4 lines, right? You got the kick on the 1E, line 2, you got the kick on the E and the and, line 3, and the line 4, and onto the quarter note. So where this gets insane, and there is no limit, absolutely no limit to how many fills you can make. It blows my mind every time I either practice this myself or I show this to students. So now what you do is you start stealing from each line, if that makes sense. So you can go take a blank piece of paper, write an empty stave, and say, okay, on beat 1, let me start with pattern 2. So that's where the kick is on the E and the and. You take that, you put that on your first beat. Then you take beat 2. What if on beat 2, I had to take pattern 4? Just one grouping of 16 note on pattern 4. You put that on your beat 2. That's da-da-da-da-dum. Now you got da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. So cool. Actually, that'll go over to the next corner, which is cool. Da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Then you go, okay, my beat 3, let me take pattern 1. Put pattern 1 on beat 3. That's cool. Now you've got da-da-da-da. And then on beat 4, you can take You can keep a pattern 4 if you want, because that's still going to be different. So I hope you see where I'm going with this. Once you've got that comfortable, now you've got this crazy pattern because you've taken a section from each one. Do that again, but now this time mix it up even more. So go pattern 4 on beat 1. Let's go pattern 1 on beat 2. By doing that, you make 4 of your own fills, for example. Now this is where it's going to really blow your mind. Let's say you've got your 4 fills now. You've made 4 fills by stealing from each one. Now you take your 4 fills and you take another empty stave. And again, now what you do is you steal from your own 4 fills. Does that make sense? It's crazy. So now you go, okay, now it's going to be all mixed up. So you'll go, okay, my first line, my first fill, let me take beat 2 of that one and let me put that on my new beat 1 of my new stave. Then let's take beat 4, pattern 4, or my fill 4, beat 4. Take that one, put it onto your beat 2. And then you go, okay, cool, my beat 3, let me take my second fill, beat 1. Put that one over there. And by doing that constantly, you'll just come up with more fills and more fills. It is literally limitless. It's absolutely insane. I haven't demonstrated any of those ones that are mixed up because there are just so many. This is a little bit of an intricate lesson maybe to understand. I do understand that. If you're not quite understanding what I'm saying, please get in touch with me, because if I can open up your mind to this concept, it gets ridiculously insane. It is so cool, and you'll sit for hours, because like I say, you can't ever finish it. You cannot finish it. You make another 4 fills, steal from those 4 fills, make another 4 fills, and you can just keep going. And by doing that, some fills might not sound so good. You might be like, okay, that doesn't really work, but there are going to come times where you do a mix of what you've done and you're like, yeah, that sounds incredible. Write that down separately or record it, keep it there. So I hope this makes sense. And if you do have any questions, please get in touch with me. I know with my private students as well, it takes a little while to actually grasp this concept. But once you grasp it, it is insane. And I promise you, you're going to have so much fun. What's cool about this as well is you actually start challenging yourself in a big way, because you are mixing them up and you're randomly choosing notes to put into your fill. You don't know how that fill is going to sound. So not only does it make really cool fills, you challenge the heck out of yourself as well, trust me. And you develop so much independence doing this because it's on the fly stuff. So get this down. Again, please, if you have any questions with this, I completely understand if what I'm saying hasn't quite sunken in and you need a bit more explanation on it. That's 100%. It is a tricky one, but we have to get this down. So please contact me. Cool, guys. I'll see you soon, or chat to you soon if you are battling.